Good Friday afternoon, everybody. I'm KJU11 meteorologist Tim Pandajis. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Maybe some of you are hitting the roads, leaving your destinations and heading back home. I appreciate you tuning in, staying informed on what's continuing to be a very unsettled pattern for us here in southeast Texas. What was a dry morning for most is now turning into a wet afternoon for all of us as we head into the later parts of the day and especially into tonight as well. Here's a current look at radar at 3:54. Notice rain is overspreading pretty much everywhere along 290 and southwest of there, but it is building to the north and east. 4-hour loop shows the rain kind of developing down to the south and west, and then just heading in a trajectory off to the north and east, and will be overspreading areas like Spring, Cleveland, up over towards Liberty within the next couple of hours. Now, we've still got moisture content in the atmosphere that's very, very rich. We're talking precipitable water values, which is when we take a column of air from the surface all the way up to the cloud base, compress it down, squeeze out all that moisture. Those rates are like 1 to 2 inches. So there's a lot of moisture available. And what these downpours are doing is wringing that moisture out like a sponge, which is why our flood risk for later today through tonight and even into the first part of our Saturday is even higher than it was yesterday. Why? Because now we're saturated. Yesterday we picked up anywhere from 1 to 5 inches, depending on where you were located across the area. Ground has taken that, but now it's taking another 2 to 4 inches that's on the way through tonight and into tomorrow. So here's a close-up look of downtown Houston. We've got some widespread showers developing down south of the I-10 corridor. We're seeing a lot more rain developing here out by Sugar Land, Heker area, Bunker Hill Village, and all spreading off to the north and east. There are pockets of moderate to even heavy rain in that batch as well. Sliding a little farther west along I-10, just to the northwest of Katy, we've got a good cluster of heavy downpours there. We had some thunder and lightning indicated by radar earlier, but that has seemed to have gone away. You can see actually in the first couple frames, lightning popping on up near Belleville area, all of this north of Sealy, more developing out towards Eagle Lake and around 90 there as well. Sugar Land, Richmond area, Stafford, Mission Bend, all getting heavy rain along 99 here. We've got Highway 6, Beltway 8, all getting very heavy rain. The roadways are not the place to be this afternoon. Unfortunately, it is a big travel day, and you may be having to get out there, but keep that in mind with some ponding on roadways. Now sliding south closer to the coast. This is where the showers and storms are a little bit more convective storms, meaning they're building up higher into the atmosphere, and they are producing some lightning and thunder. You can see this cell here over the Angleton area. We've got a few more down that move through the Hawkinsville area and even more out towards Palacios. That'll continue building off to the north and east, kind of scooting right along the coastline. Galveston, a terribly wet afternoon for you. If you're going down the Gulf Freeway, either to or from Galveston, it is going to be a wet ride for you over the next couple of hours as heavy rain is really hugging the coastline there through Galveston Island down to Jamaica Beach, Redfish Cove, and to the Bolivar Peninsula as well. Just wet everywhere pretty much south of I-10 right now. Now, we saw clusters of lightning. You see some here to the southwest of Bay City. Another couple lightning bolts here along 288 in Brazoria. These are correlating with the higher cloud tops, the more convective downpour activity. Colder cloud tops are indicated by the shades of red and black. This is on infrared satellite imagery. Those are cloud bases that are elevated up into the sky, and the higher they are, the colder they are, the colder signatures we get on the infrared satellite imagery. So we've got it over there, and we'll likely see a little lightning developing out towards Winnie and Liberty County. Rainfall so far today, most of the morning was dry, so we don't have much to report here, mainly under 1/10 of an inch, but this will drastically change. Here's what's on the way going through now the next 20 hours right up to noon tomorrow lunchtime. Anywhere from an inch or so around College Station, to some spots, Hobby Airport getting up to around 4 inches potentially, 1.5 inches by Palacios. Sugar Land, an additional 2.5 inches from what we've already seen. So overall storm totals will range from 5 to 8 inches in some locations, which is why that flooding risk is much more pronounced today. So let's take you through it here on Future Track. Here we are currently, a pretty good initialization from our models, showing pretty much what radar has right now. You like to see that to see how the model will perform going further down the line. By 7 o'clock this evening, we're still seeing pockets of downpours. Notice right over the Houston metro area. But notice what happens here as we go through the overnight. We'll see wave after wave of rain move through those areas, vulnerable areas for flooding. We call these training thunderstorms, and that will likely develop and bring a lot of heavy rain for for the metro area and points in and around there in southeast Texas. Here we are at 1:30 a.m. I think it's going to be a very wet overnight. There could be some embedded thunderstorms in there as well. That may wake you up in the middle of the night tonight, going in early Saturday morning, 5 a.m. More of the same, in fact, maybe even a little bit more widespread, but I think this may be the last pulse of moisture that we see. By 8, 9, 10 o'clock, notice the back end, some clearing beginning to work on in here off to the west, northwest, and that does push its way east as we approach lunchtime and into early afternoon on Saturday. There are some models that are a little more sluggish and keep some of that moisture lingering into early afternoon. That's not outside of the realm of possibility, but we should see drastic improvements by tomorrow this time. And then you go into 6 p.m., clearing skies and temperatures in the 60s and 50s. So the overall flooding risk for today, we look at this on a 4-tier system. And today in the red, that's a moderate. That's a level 3 out of 4. In the area in red here encompasses the whole I-10 corridor and points south to the coastline there. And those are the areas that saw some of the highest rainfall totals yesterday. So the ground is saturated, not able to take in that much more. Flood watch up too for areas north of I-10. This goes straight through noontime tomorrow. All right, now that we're past Thanksgiving, it's fair game to get outside and put up the Christmas decorations. And if you're trying to get out there to hang lights or put anything outdoors in terms of Christmas decorations, I think tomorrow afternoon things will be improving. But Sunday, that is your day. We're looking at temperatures in the low 70s, sunny and dry, picture perfect, will dry out. We'll have another nice day on Monday if you have the day off for the long holiday weekend, but then storms right back in the picture by Tuesday afternoon. So here's a look at our weekend. After morning rain chances tomorrow, I think we see some afternoon clearing, and temperature-wise will be similar to today in the mid to maybe upper 60s, depending on the amount of sunshine we can squeeze out. Beautiful day on Sunday, hands down, 74 degrees, lots of sunshine, a well-deserved change of pace after a long duration of unsettled weather. We're going to have a full updated 7-day forecast for you coming up on KHOU 11 News at 6. I hope to see you then, and we'll see you back here again for updates after that.